remain standing and join me in the pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This morning, Kelsey Rodriguez from the Winter Performing Arts Program, National Anthem.
It is indeed a great day for our facility. Gerald Canif, Deputy Commissioner Zawacki, Mr. Colomina, Assemblyman Diegnan, Freeholder Rios, Superintendent Laughlin, honored guests. On May 8th of this year, I was invited to meet Assemblyman Diegnan and Mr. Laughlin at the Middlesex County Vocational and Technical School's Piscataway campus. It turned out to be a great visit for us. During our meeting, I was shown a sculpture of an eagle designed by Mr. Joseph Guess, who is sitting here today, the welding instructor, and fabricated by his students, and some of them I understand are here. They offered us this sculpture. I was so impressed that without any hesitation, I immediately accepted their generous offer. To be honest with you, I haven't seen anything like this before. Fierce Allegiance, as the eagle is named, is a monumental metal sculpture that is very fitting for this facility, as it represents the efforts and contributions of all veterans who live here. Imagine that.
Next speaker will be State Assemblyman Patrick Diegnan. Pat Diegnan I've known for many, many years, and his commitment to service and his commitment to the community has really been special to see. And I know the work he's done on behalf of the veterans in New Jersey and throughout the country has really been really special to see. So at this point in time, I'd like to recognize State Assemblyman Patrick J. Diegnan for a few words.
Thanks, John. First of all, people are passing around credit today, and whenever something comes out well, everybody takes credit. If it's a disaster, nobody wants to touch it. But let's give credit where credit is due. Freeholder, who I guess this is not a director Coos, who could be freeholder director on New Jersey. Freeholder Deputy Director Rios called me in May and said, Pat, I was just visiting a vocational school over Piscataway, and I saw something that's going to blow you away. I cannot tell a lie. I did not expect what I saw when I went over there. Just absolutely awe-inspiring. That is really basically my role in this. It was Ronnie's idea. He passed the ball to me. From there, it was an easy handle because I reached out to the CFO here, we dealt with the state, and immediately they said, this is terrific, let's make it happen. And it's not easy to make a project like this happen. To get all the necessary approvals, to put the necessary concrete work on, to make sure that it withstood the weather. Something that we just recently learned out with Sandy. I remember when we originally spoke, the first concern you had was, would it withstand high wind because you had to test it. So it's not easy. It's easy to say, oh gee, it's great, it's nice to be here. A lot of work was put into making this happen. And again, it all started with our Deputy Director, Ronnie Rios, and I really want to give him credit where credit is due. It was his idea to put it here, and it's just a perfect location for it. However, the ultimate credit has to go to Mr. Guess. He, like so many other teachers, did this project for one reason and one reason only, and that was to inspire his students. This should remind all of us that teachers don't just teach, they inspire. No other group positively affects young people more than teachers, and Mr. Guest, you are a pride to your profession. As the superintendent pointed out, this has been going on for over a decade. It actually predated 9/11. Everybody thinks that 9/11 would be the inspiration. It actually predates 9/11. These young folks that are here today from the Middlesex County Vocational School are just a small group of those that were involved. But again, I want to thank them and those that came before us. The superintendents and administrators of, in my mind, the finest vocational schools in the state of New Jersey. I say this everywhere I go. The vocational schools are the hidden jewel of our educational process in the state of New Jersey. And there are no finer vocational schools in New Jersey than the Middlesex County Vocational Schools. That does not happen by mistake. That happens because of leadership. And we have had two exceptional leaders during my time in Middlesex County. One of the most humble men, but nicest men I have ever met, Joe Colombo. Joe, stand up for a second. He never wants credit. You can get him today. Joe retired, he said his shoes couldn't be filled, but they have been adequately and admirably filled by our superintendent, Brian Long. Went from Colombo to Laughlin. I also must recognize Liz Schoenfeld from the Division of Veteran Affairs, who, when we called down to Trenton, took credit. And of course, as I said before, Joe Grandspiegel, who when we reached out to him said one simple thing: let's make this happen. This was not an easy project, but it has happened. As we know, the eagle is the symbol of the United States of America, the greatest democracy in the history of mankind. Our founding fathers chose this symbol because the eagle represents freedom. Living as it does on the tops of lofty mountains, it has unlimited freedom, whether sweeping into valleys below or soaring upward towards the boundless space above. How fitting it is that this eagle will now reside outside the walls of a building that is giving some small comfort to those who served our nation and were willing to put at risk everything they held dear to preserve the freedoms that we all too often take for granted. This ceremony will come to an end in a few minutes, but because of the work of Mr. Guess and his students at the vocational schools, we now have a permanent reminder of the symbol of our democracy. Thank you all for a job well done, and it's just an honor to be part of this today. Thank you.